Hey everyone, my name is D'Angelo Rassan and welcome to my YouTube. And if you haven't already, please take the time to like, share, subscribe, and comment on my content. Thanks.
So somebody said, Sheryl Sandberg, what would you do if you weren't afraid? And just sitting with that. And then I love this question, what's stopping you? Because when you actually begin to answer that question, write it down, list it out, you find it's very silly, right? And that the roadblocks aren't roadblocks at all.
Alright, welcome back to day 4 and the final day of ABFF, and this right here is our key. Is going to explain to you everything that I participated in for the day. The first thing I started off with was the art of emotional writing that was performed by Randall Dotton down at the New York Film Academy. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't eligible to get any video footage because they made us put our phones away, but I did, however, get some audio clips, and what I'm going to do is paste them to these slides that are coming up. Take a look.
How do we deal with structure and order and emotions? How I do it and how most do it is by understanding turning points. And I know that turning points was something that was talked about yesterday in the directing class. A turning point occurs when the story moves in a certain direction, and then because of a character conflict, because of an event, because of a revelation, the story changes course and goes in a different direction. We call these reversals. We call these twists, okay? What I'm trying to say is that there's a twist or a reversal in every major scene in your film, right? So if you're writing a feature film, you normally have about 30 to 60 major scenes, right? A short film, really every scene should have a turning, because every scene is important, all right? So in every scene that you have, you're gonna have a turning point. You're gonna have a moment when the story is going in one direction, but because of a character conflict, an event or a revelation, the story's gonna reverse course and go in another direction.
After class, I decided to join the Bel Air panel discussion where they discussed marriage, infrastructure, guidance, stability when you're dealing with a family who is financially well off and that everybody relies on them, and how it can be draining when you're in a marriage where you feel like you can't be totally open and honest, and how expressing yourself sexually, financially, mentally, and emotionally is important. So take a look.
I've said this from day one, me and Adrian. I believe this show was just touched by God. Because there's no reason for a reboot like this to even work in the first place. And I feel like the way Morgan Cooper put that first trailer out set the bar of what the Morgan Cooper, everybody, yes, clap.
Morgan Cooper.
I think, first of all, that should just always influence everybody forever about how to get something done. But him putting that out as the litmus test of everybody agrees this is what the truth of the show should be like. But I say this all the time now. I feel like, we're all vessels, and if you keep the vessel clear, God sends you a vision.
What you said about Carlton being a product of his environment really did resonate with me, though. And I think one of those kind of side effects of him being in this extremely privileged environment is his substance misuse. And over these seasons, we've seen that misuse progress and progress. And addiction, especially in Black communities, is often vilified and not approached with empathy, whether that be on screen or in real life. And I think there is a scene that was really poignant and powerful in season 3 from the episode titled Family Matters.
People, you come together and you assimilate, but you're still different people, and there's gonna be times in your life where you're gonna see things differently, and you bottle it up and you hide it and put it, to the side, but eventually you need to unpack it. You need to get it out, because if you don't, it's just gonna explode, and the next thing you know, you're at each other's throats, right? So you need to decompress. So having these moments, I think, are quite healthy. I mean, not everybody probably can have these moments because, but yeah, I think that it's being transparent is healthy,
I mean, but what is intimacy? You telling me you're willing to get naked, have sex, have kids, but not say something as simple as, I enjoyed another man liked me. Yeah. You cannot have a great marriage. You know what? There's a great metaphor for this. Imagine the best place that you've ever been. Just imagine like a place that you love, that, you know, it gives you all the great vibrations, and then someone tells you there's a lock on the door, you can never leave. So ecstasy turns to agony when there's a lock on the door. The way you keep the door ajar is to say, can I tell you what's really happening? Wait a minute, before we answer that. Okay, y'all, so clap if you think like you would do that in your real life. Like if you were armed, would you do that? Clap. Okay, now clap if you would not do that.
Scary.
There we go. I remember seeing that scene and being like, people not gonna like me. People started YouTube accounts to talk about that's what's wrong with black women.
I mean, I love that scene. I think it's revolutionary to actually show a scene like that, to have a scene like that exist.
Following the Bel Air panel discussion, I was eligible to attend the Black-Owned Brands panel discussion, where these women shared insight of what it takes to become an entrepreneur, how to stay an entrepreneur, how to operate inside and outside of a professional environment, what is their mission goals, what keeps them grounded, and how they have to get up and hustle every day, even though the days that they don't want to. Take a look.
Listen, one of the things that I learned in those 20-something years of working for big suppliers is that I understand this business, and I understand all the channels that someone in my position should be looking. So we were fortunate enough to submit to a distributor that American Airlines recently just did a partnership with, Palm Bay. They love the product, they love the story, they love what I stood for, and ultimately it passed the tasting panel, because you gotta pass the tasting panel, it's wine, you know? And I will tell you, the moment that we found out that we had been selected, and not just selected for any old thing, but selected for American Airlines flagship first international with the white blend, it blew my mind, because one of the things that I'd always said is that this is a global brand.
Cowboy hats have been around for a long time. I'm not reinventing any wheels, but I am pulling from a space of the love of vintage. And because I love that 40s era, that 30s fashion, there will never be a trend with Ward Jerome, because I'm not reinventing any wheels. I'm just making it my own. And cowboy hats are obviously a thing. You can find them anywhere. But I also am very mindful in how I choose my artisans. The cowboy hats happen to be designed by me, but I use artisans in Italy. I also have artisans all over the world. We are literally roaming from country to country, finding individuals to help build Born to Roam. But I always come from a space of vintage. I come from a space of classicness, something that you will see and that will stand the test of time. It will be around forever.
The first time in my life as an American, I realized what an impression our culture and our music had on places that I had never dreamed of seeing. And so even when I couldn't necessarily speak your language, you knew the songs that were in the salon. So I recognized really early that not just black culture, but black music is one of those things that kind of threads us all together. And this is before, Instagram, and this is still like in the Facebook era, right? So what I wanted to do was to bring my clientele together. I also wanted to represent the women that I was serving. So I designed my packaging, number one, because I was free. But I also feel like as black women, whether we like it or not, we disrupt every space we're in. You can't run from it. It just is what it is, sis. So I wanted my packaging, I wanted the names of the products, I wanted everything about the do to really represent us.
After the panel discussion, I was starved, so I went over to the Cheesecake Factory and grabbed me some street corn and some stuffed mushrooms with a couple amaretto sours just to get me going before the night really began. And then I went over to the parking garage so I could have me a photo op just to let my girlies know that I was looking like that, laying like that, and smelling like that. So here's a brief intermission before we jump back into the program. After my parking lot photo shoot, I went to my next and final panel discussion of the event, where they discussed success, what their success looked like, their whys, and what keeps them going as being social media entertainers. Take a look.
I would say, know your why. Because I feel like your why is what will validate you when likes and comments don't. You know, when money not coming in, you have to be passionate. And your why is like the grounding for, your creations. So that's what I was
I would say know what your definition of success is first, because you can be successful right now. It may not look like how everyone else lives. It might not look like 400 or a million followers, because mine's don't. You know what I mean? But it looks like, for me personally, it looks like being able to make millions of people laugh on a daily basis, even when I'm sleeping. So I'm already in my version of success.
I think know what you don't want to do. Because a lot of people come with a lot of things that they want you to do that doesn't suit you, but the minute you say yes to that, you are gonna feel like you've lost a part of yourself. So know what you don't want to do.
All off the top of my head. Very improv. I don't write anything down. I don't have a script. There is no person filming for me. I like to use TikTok to edit my content when I film it and edit it, because it's so much easier. And then if it's a situation where there's a brand that wants me to do something, I'll edit on TikTok, take it to CapCut, and then I can share it amongst all the other platforms, because a lot of these brands do not like when you have that TikTok logo rolling around, and Instagram doesn't either, and they will be like, we can't pay you for that, because this ain't original, this came from TikTok. So that's what I use as far as creating and putting everything together.
T, I see you creating in the wild all the time. What is your tech stack? When you open them restaurants and you rolling your body and you doing If I Was Straight, what is the tech stack?
Well, my first love is music. So a lot of times I'm inspired by a song, and then when I hear it in my head, I've already seen it. I can see, especially when I do voiceovers, I can create the conversation in my mind. That way I can go through it and then do the voiceover later. So, and then if I see a fine black man, I'm around.
Which girls? What are the roles that they play for you in the content game? Because they don't work for you; they work with you. Tell me.
Yeah. No, I think my team. I got people that work for me.
Who?
My manager,
Okay.
and his assistant. Now my baby brother is now my brand manager. He does coding. Like this man, he's the most beautiful autistic young man I've ever met in my life. And he goes crazy on coding and stuff. And he said, TT, y'all can't call me that. He said, TT, you got 28 million views. You're not monetizing. And let me explain something to y'all. The amount of followers does not amount to the amount of dollars in your pocket. All right? So developing a team.
Now this is the pivotal moment of the entire event, remembering Love Jones, 30 years of Love Jones. I'm just gonna post clips and let y'all see how lit it was. When I say the Remembering Love Jones Tribune was like a concert, a kickback, your cousins coming over, a block party, karaoke, orchestra, it was everything that was just so black, and it was so black that it made you proud to be black. So I'm leaving the 30th anniversary of Remembering Love Jones with the American Black Film Festival, and baby, when I tell you, I just feel so alive. Like all that like doubt and inconsistency and discipline, it's gonna take a minute for it to completely leave, but it's giving me like my spark back, and I'm just so thankful, bro. And I've been a little inconsiderate, and it's time to clean up that behavior. After all the classes, panel discussion, networking events, talking, socializing, it's time for us to cut back and have a party, so I'm gonna let y'all see the rest. Baby, let me tell y'all something. We had a ball in that thing tonight. Like, I ain't even got no clothes on. Baby, my shit is toe up, pants ripped, shirt ripped, glasses is fucking gone, voice is gone.
Stop letting these broke ass nigga treat you like you regular. You deserve a boss and not a runner, you can do better. This ain't no plea deal, please don't settle. Look in the mirror and say it with me, fuck that, I'm pressure. You deserve a Cuban around your neck, a wrist of AP.
When I say I haven't had this much fun in so long, and it feels so great to go somewhere where I can just go away and be free and actually enjoy myself, baby, let me tell you something, clock that. And as for the ABFF family, thank you for putting on 29 years of parties, fun, fulfillment, and enjoyment. And for those of you that haven't already, if you've gotten this far, please like, subscribe, and share my video. Thank you for following me on my 4-day series of the American Black Film Festival. Stay tuned for the 30th anniversary in June 2026.